All right, welcome back to Back Society. I'm your co-host here with my other co-host.
Ed.
And of course, you know the other one.
And C-Money.
C-Money, baby. All right, guys. So, Orioles. They started today. They started, didn't they?
Yep.
They did. They're 2-1.
They're 2-1, of course, dude.
Yep, they're officially 3-1.
Officially
Oh,
3-1. You're going to
Yeah.
be seeing that very often of the Orioles on their way to the World Series victory this year. It's not going to be like the Baltimore Ravens who are going to win the Super Bowl next year, but this right now, World Series, road to the World Series, baby.
Yes.
I'm hoping for the best.
I mean, they're a good team, and
They're
they're
good.
only getting better. The only thing I wish they would have done this offseason was pick up Snell. That would have been huge.
Mhm. Tony Snell.
Just to kind of like solidify the rotation. But damn, dude, they look good.
They look good.
I'm glad they
look
did look
good.
good. I'm glad they do look good. I'm going to hopefully
an
see
eight.
them when they face the White Sox.
There you go. They look good.
Yeah, I think it's another 100-win season.
Yeah, you think
Sure.
so?
But
Yeah.
I hope they don't get a bye.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The bye kills teams, man.
It does, man. It's
Yeah,
like,
'cause-
especially Baltimore teams, apparently.
Yeah, I know that we absolutely get killed by the bye.
Well, here's the thing too, is like if you get 100-win season, you're sitting for the last week and then you get another week to sit.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So
Yeah, it's too long. And I mean, but that's the thing is like, oh man, we just dominated the division.
yeah. The Yankees are good this
we
year.
did.
Though.
They are, yeah. The Yankees are gonna be good. It's
No,
gonna
fuck
be
the
to the
Yankees.
end, but I mean, I also want to win it. Just locking it in though. I don't really want to be a wild card team though. That's the
I
thing.
know.
Who does? Who does? I mean, you just there's one game and that's it. You know.
But the thing about the wild card team is that you can carry that momentum.
Yeah, that you can keep playing and playing.
Yeah.
But like, what we were wild card 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and we just
Yeah.
shot the bed.
Yeah,
in
we
the
shot
wild
the-
card.
Yeah, wasn't it against the Blue Jays?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So it's like, man, I don't know. It's like, you're kind of beat up too. It's a long season.
We got to find our way. We'll find our
Yeah.
way.
We will
been
find a
there.
way.
I mean,
Baltimore is a city of champions. You know.
new ownership, ready to spend some money. They were. Did you see the report where they were there on opening day, the new owners, and they bought everybody beer?
Nice. Did they really?
Yeah,
I didn't
dude.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. And you know what? We have something to because of the recent tragedy, they have a reason to fight, you know?
Keep going.
Keep
Hey,
going.
man.
Keep going.
You
Yeah.
gotta- You
Francis
gotta win it.
Rest in peace, Francis Scott Keybridge.
Oh my god, that was wild. Dude.
I know, I couldn't believe that happened.
My phone was like blowing up.
So
it was
was
just
mine.
like, what the? I was like, what are you guys talking about? It was like 5 a.m, and I was like, oh shit.
I got
Was it like a terrorist attack or?
no,
Depends on who you ask.
yeah, it really does. Some people say it was there's a lot of conspiracy theories. Some say Hamas did it. Some say China did it. Some
Ukraine.
say
Ukraine.
diversity, equity, and inclusion did it.
If it was a terrorist attack, I mean, they would have jumped on that very quickly, though. We would have, you know what I mean?
If it was a terrorist attack, they wouldn't have just hit a bridge at 1 a.m. It's not really a terrorist, not really the effectiveness you would hope.
Oh, you could make the argument. I think that it was you could say maybe it was a warning, like, hey,
Ooh.
we can fuck with your shit because they
Yeah.
shut off the boat. Right, the boat lost power, and people were saying, hey, maybe it was a cyber attack.
Some people
That-
were saying it was a cyber attack from
Yeah.
like Hamas or the CCP
China.
or my dude Kim Jong Un.
No, China's been doing a lot.
Glory
I
to
know
the
China-
DPRK, man.
China's been doing a lot of cyber attacks.
Well, they do them every day.
Yeah,
I saw something that said it was either like Ukraine as well. Something that said it was Israel.
Ukraine and Israel did it.
They're just, dude, bro. People are just throwing shit out there.
Just throw. Fucking Zelensky, not again, man.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh man, I have to reread the article. It was something wild.
I don't know.
Like, there's a reason he did it, and I can't remember what it was.
After like everything happened, my phone blew up. Everyone who knew I was from Baltimore was just like, "Man, is your friends and family okay over there?" I'm just like,
Yeah,
I
same
think
here.
so. I think
Same
so. And then I took a scroll on Twitter, and because Twitter's filled with a bunch of kooks nowadays, I'm just hearing everything. It was no accident. It was
Yeah.
X.
it was Hamas. It was like, huh? Did you say X? No, I call it Twitter. It was Hamas. It was Russia. It was it was diversity, equity, inclusion. It was all these things. How could they do this to us? America is under siege. It was illegal.
Oh, that's what the tie was to Ukraine. The captain of it was Ukrainian,
Oh, was it?
and they were saying he was like a plant.
Oh,
I don't know, like working for the government or potentially working for Russia. It was like this craziness, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
dude, I went down like this rabbit hole of like leaked documents from like the Pentagon or whatever.
The Pentagon
Dude.
Papers.
About what? Wait. Yeah. Wait. What are you talking about?
It was just about like they had like leaked documents about like random stuff or whatever. Like somebody would leak it or something, like papers and stuff like that. Some of those documents, I'm like, man, these like America is smart. They're just dominant in everything, in all aspects of things. Like we got like I think one of the papers were saying like how who's that guy that Russia killed, the Wagner Group guy.
Prigozhin.
Yeah.
They were saying that he was selling Russian intel to Ukraine or whatever, like where the troops were at and stuff like that.
Oh,
How,
I
like
have
and
no
how, like,
idea.
yeah, like how the Russia's Spetsnaz was like being completely just wiped out, and it's gonna take them like a estimate of like 10 to 15 years for people with that type of experience to even come back. Like how they are just straight wiping out like the Spetsnaz, like it's crazy. Like that's their Navy SEALs. You know what I mean? Like that's like their top of the top guys, and like they were just getting wiped out. Stuff like, but they
Yeah.
also said like how like there's like British troops there, French troops, American troops on the ground.
Oh, you're talking about this is the stuff that was leaked on Discord
yeah,
by that dumbass Air Force kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
An Air
I
Force
know,
kid
man.
leaked this.
I mean, honestly though, like you can't leak that type of stuff when you're in war.
Leaks happen, but yeah, I mean,
I mean,
ideally,
this
you
kid-
don't want leaks to happen.
Yeah, that was yeah. That was unfortunate. I mean, but it happens all the time, man. Like you
Right.
had what's his face? Bradley Manning back in the day, early in the wars. Obviously you had, what's his name? Assange. Right.
Julian Assange. Yeah.
Leak. Yeah. So and then Snowden, that was a pretty big leak.
Snowden was a huge one. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still in Moscow, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's hanging out, just chilling.
Yeah, tweeting.
He got
every now and then.
he got dinner with Tucker Carlson when he was out there.
Oh, did
Shout out
he?
to
Did
my
he?
guy Tucker
Yeah.
Carlson.
Huh? Shout out to that guy.
He's always like,
He's got the worst laugh, dude.
He does this. What's up?
So- It's so hard to listen to.
Dude, I can't really stand to listen to Tucker Carlson for more than like 2 minutes.
I only seen that one interview. with
And
him.
plus, he has that look,
That was it. But man, dude, they were saying they're like a document was saying how like we got American spies and like the top of the Russian
We got spies probably everywhere, dude.
dude.
We
it's-
are
but-
the superpower, my guy.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, dude, we're
And not
like,
to mention how like culturally and ethnically diverse the United States is. We can plant anybody. We can get a guy if we need him. We'd be like, mom, be like, pick him out in the orphanage. Be like, this one, he's good enough.
But that was the thing with China, right? Because sometimes like you would have like a Chinese person that was in America, born and raised, and then they would get kidnapped, and they would be like brainwashed, be like, you got to help us. It's the motherland and stuff like
The
that.
mother-
No,
Motherland,
yeah,
you call
that's the thing. They don't even kidnap them, dude. They just they literally approach him and they say, "Hey, you're Chinese. You're not American." Also, they're like, "We know all your family is in China." You know what I mean? It's not like,
Yeah. Could you imagine, dude?
there's just there's that loyalty there, man. It's just hard to break.
It is. It's hard to break. It's hard to break, man. That's why in World War II they were putting like Japanese people in concentration camps.
And then they leaked about the spy balloons. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
the Chinese one.
I love those
Yeah.
things.
Everybody, I mean, like they were like saying like there were UFOs and stuff like they weren't UFOs though. I was very disappointed.
I don't know, man. If aliens were gonna send something, it wasn't gonna be looking like that.
They were
Just
like
Starlink.
I knew, yeah, just Starlink, man.
antennas were different and stuff like that, but they said nah, they weren't UFOs.
Bro, I'm sorry to disappoint. No, unfortunately, the only aliens we got right now is Starlink.
Nah, I mean, like, nah, I mean, the government has UFOs, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want a little more proof than Joe Rogan.
Bro, you have so many whistleblowers. It's undeniable.
No, I don't know, dude. It's a little too weird, a little too convenient, a little too distracting, if you know what I mean.
I think the one thing I don't like is all these cameras everywhere and no clear photos.
No, I mean, I completely agree. I hate that. How could no one take a clear photo of any of these things? You know,
like ever. It's like all of us. You know, the world is filled with cameras, 24/7.
Right,
and yet we can't get a damn picture of a UFO.
No, it's
They
always
do.
grainy.
They have multiple pictures.
It's always grainy. It's like a dot,
Also-
speck on the camera, and it's just like so fuzzy. It looks like the early photos of Pluto.
If there's no there's like some pictures out there, nothing's blowing anybody away.
Yeah,
Nothing's like definitive.
like you can't see like the intricate design of their saucer.
Also, I don't trust the internet. So
There's nothing to trust on the internet.
But these are
We
coming
have
from,
not
like,
reached the age of boomerism yet.
these are coming from like jet pilots. And granted, I would say like 80% is probably, you know, like back engineered projects that, you know, are US made. But I mean like 10, 15%, 20% unexplained. Nah, because I mean they're all over. They're through human history. You know what I mean?
I mean,
yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, like, I can watch an episode of Ancient Aliens, but it's not like I'm going to
Now we're
believe most
talking.
of it. Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I believe all that.
Aren't they still going?
I mean, I'm not.
think so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's on Netflix now.
What else can you talk about?
I don't know. I
Things-
feel like they're just like
Whatever.
Göbekli Tepe. It
Yeah.
had to be
Yeah.
aliens.
As an ancient astronaut theorist myself, I
become certified in that.
you
Ancient
just grow your hair out.
astronaut theories. Ancient astronaut
Aliens.
God.
But
I know
is-
Shalakas is still doing like speaking tours and shit like that. If I'm just,
First of all, it's Tsoukalos. It's Giorgio Tsoukalos.
I don't,
Yeah, get over
I
it.
don't
Not
care.
Shalaka.
Dude, he's a sports journalist.
He was.
but there is something. I mean, there is big mysteries and stuff like that around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just think it's crazy how there's never been like that one picture where everybody's like, "Oh fuck, like this is wild."
Yeah, like the defining proof of it all.
Do you think the mainstream media is suppressing it?
Oh, for sure.
You do?
Yeah,
Mm, I don't know.
100%.
I mean, it's if the order comes down from high, they obviously listen.
Yeah, because I mean, like we talked about psychopaths, right? There's people that are at the top being ruthless, psychopath,
I wouldn't say psycho, but they're socio.
are sociopaths. That's what I meant to say. I mean, like TV. I mean, the news is propaganda, pretty much. We don't really know what's true.
This is
We
the
don't
land
know
of freedom.
fake. Yeah, but I mean, still though, everything is being controlled. You know,
I can't
Yeah.
believe you want to say we have state propaganda.
It's you know, it's definitely put through a filter. You know,
yeah, for sure.
colored.
There is definitely
And,
things you can say and you can't say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you?
But,
have
but there's also
freedom?
things. But also, here's the problem, right? News isn't news like it used to be. It is really now. How do I get my clicks?
Yeah.
How,
Dude.
you know.
Absolutely. And then you have these
Headline.
articles that have like a headline that says one thing, but the body is nothing like
It's
it
completely
at all.
different.
Completely
It's always
different.
like
different.
so and so, annihilates this guy or like demolishes. They
Demolishes.
destroy them.
Latest SJW gets owned.
And then you were like reading, you're like, wait, nothing happened, dude. Like,
Nothing happened. I know.
it's like,
I
what are you
know.
talking
And they
about?
use like these crazy words, like outlandish, like over
Outlandish,
the
like-
top
Yeah.
words.
And there's always like that one like word that's capitalized, and you're just
Yeah.
I
like,
know.
catches your eye.
The clickbait is always like rage inducing. Like,
Yeah.
you won't believe what this damn liberal said.
Or I love when like they release a movie and they say this movie has people outraged. How do you know they have people outraged? It's always
Yeah,
been in the
they ain't talk to nobody.
trailer.
They ain't talk to nobody, dude.
I know, man. I hate these clickbait articles. Like, oh my god, you wouldn't believe what this actor said, and it's just like, I think this movie's okay.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and then you get a ton of like fucking articles, and like half of them are like Dr. Oz says. Dr. Oz says this could burn weight while you sit on the couch.
No way.
Didn't he like? Yeah, wasn't that guy like hawking some like bullshit like supplements?
What do you mean, like his political campaign that got crashed and burned in Pennsylvania?
No. But I think he like, well, maybe it came out during that time. But I think he was selling like fake supplements and some shit.
Well, I mean, he was doing a lot of that, like that all natural supplements that can burn things, like the Cambogia or something like that, or like elderberry. If you take like a supplement of like elderberry, it'll burn weight while you sit like a fat ass like Homer Simpson or something.
Wait, is that true? Because I'm about to order.
So like it's like that. It's like elderberry, and it was like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like Gamboja or something like that. Not like kombucha.
Mm.
No, I
Convenient.
mean like it's all about marketing. It's all about selling people stuff.
Yeah, but
It's all about
people
Probably
click
has
it.
he
It's all
probably has
click.
like some type of thing in them, like his shares.
You know what? The New York Post exists.
Well, also, I mean, if you got name recognition like Oz, like he'll slap his name on whatever somebody pays him.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly.
Like he knows he's got a brand and people are gonna follow him.
Exactly. If you have a following, that's the key. If you have a following, you can sell that following anything.
Yeah,
And you know what though? And if you got a TV show, you don't have an idea of how many followers you actually got.
Right.
People who tune into you every day. Like it's not the same as like Twitter, where like
you see,
2/3 of the people are just bots.
Yeah.
For real though. But like, yeah, if you have an audience, you can hawk anything. Next thing you know, you'd be like, if it was us, we'd have like a commercial running going like Back Society Coin. We're building this whole crypto ecosystem and we're really excited about it. And
People would buy it.
yeah, they would buy
All
it.
about it.
And then it'd be over us. It'd be a flash of the pan because that rug pull will come immediately.
Yeah, like I love the new like fake coins that are out there. Where it's like the SpaceX coin. Get ready, it's happening.
Get Elon
it's just a
Musk.
picture it's literally just a picture of Elon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just fake, dude.
And it's
This
just
is
like
100.
breaking news. Elon Musk is giving away 100 Bitcoins.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here,
Yeah,
dude?
I know.
It's just such bullshit.
Or like it's either Elon Musk or Mr. Beast says Mr. Beast has created this casino app that if you download, 90% chance you're gonna win some money.
Or people creating ads where they're literally editing themselves into Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? How can you do this? This is some bullshit, dude.
The AI voiceovers, and it's like if you look at their lips, it's clearly not them talking.
Well, the AIs are, but I mean, I've seen talking about people
I've seen like
recording themselves
yeah.
and cutting themselves into episodes of them talking to Rogan.
There's two hats.
Yeah.
It's
I see
him
them
talking,
jokingly.
and then Joe Rogan talking. Yeah.
I've seen a couple of the ones like that are, but no, there's like ads now.
Ad.
I have seen
Yeah.
a lot of like fake AI like voice overlay on like Joe Rogan. Like he would be like, yeah, man, I just downloaded this casino app and I won like $10,000 immediately, man. It really works. You should download it today. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
All right, but here's the thing. Do you think people are stupid enough to fall for it?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah,
Yep.
without a doubt.
Well, here's the thing.
There's
You
a
got
reason why it
people-
keeps happening over and over again.
one, Rogan's a divisive figure because most people who hate him don't listen to his show.
Right.
Like,
Right.
they just hear the headlines and it's just
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hell yeah.
And so it's gonna be like, whoa. I don't know. It could be the opposite effects for some people, bro. Like, I'm not downloading this fucking app. Joe Rogan's playing this game. And it's like, well, if you know Rogan, he doesn't actually like really fuck around on his cell phone anymore.
But it's also the reverse too. People will blindly do anything if people hate it enough. They'd be like, the group I don't like hates it. I'm going to support it 100% with my chest out.
Have you guys, all right, here's a conspiracy, right? So, like, if you guys get the toothpaste, like just regular toothpaste.
Are you about to say fluoride?
Of course. Of course, because this is a real thing. If you look on the label on toothpaste, it says do not swallow. If you swallow peanut amount or whatever, call poison control. They dump all that fluoride in water. And there's a link between IQ and fluoride. Huge link. It goes down. Your IQ drops drastically when you constantly take in fluoride. And it's in your water supply.
Then don't swallow it.
No, but I'm saying, like, say if you take a shower.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things in the water supply, like fluoride, chlorine, etc.
But I'm just saying, but this is like a movie. Like, and the one thing that it definitely goes to, fluoride, is in the center of your brain.
When it calcifies, right?
Calcifies. Why do you think they call everybody a bonehead? That's my conspiracy.
Bonehead was secretly a signal. I like it.
It's a dog whistle. I don't buy it.
A dog whistle for who? Against who?
Doesn't matter.
Some group?
Dummies.
But I'm saying though, there's a if you dive into it, if you actually like look into it though, there's like, hey, fluoride is linked to low IQ.
Yeah, but what's stopping them from like putting fluoride in the chemtrails?
We're not
talking chemtrails.
Stop it.
What? What's wrong with it?
Well, or like, I mean, lead paint.
Yeah,
that was a thing.
Lead paint was a real thing.
It's easier to sell to dumb people.
Yes.
Easier to get money out of dumb people.
It is. I put asbestos in our water supply.
But hey, I mean, like, I take that as a joke, but I'm just saying, if you ever look into it, you're gonna be amazed.
I know there's a conspiracy for about everything. I go on Twitter nowadays. It's nothing but conspiracies. Did you know in Comet's Pizza, it's code word?
Well, explain the fluoride in the water. Why do they need so much fluoride in the water?
I'm pretty sure it's a cleaning agent.
Okay, but did you not hear what I said though? Like in the back for toothpaste.
I understand. How much, but toothpaste also says don't swallow it.
But if you do swallow it, you have to call poison control.
Do you think there's more fluoride parts per million in the water than in toothpaste?
Yeah, there is.
I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I mean, do you drink tap water? Who drinks tap water?
Why don't you drink tap water?
Because it's tap water. And not to mention our infrastructure kind of sucks.
I mean, like, you should not be afraid to drink tap water. Like, we live in a world that you can't drink your own. We live in a world where we can't drink tap water.
I mean, we live in a world where you're not going to die from drinking the tap water, but it's not the best.
No, it just makes you dumb.
But at the same time, it's not like water was any better in the past.
Yeah, clean
water, rock water. Have you lived while using rock or well water? It's not the best. It's brown.
I'd rather have well water than fluoride.
God, not me, dude. Especially if you have going to like Home Depot and buying salt blocks to purify that water. Fuck no, it sucked.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
You gotta do what you gotta do, but like it's not much better.
All right. Scott's is a little misleading, for sure. So there is 1 milligram of fluoride per liter of water. Per liter of toothpaste, there's 1,450 milligrams.
That is a huge jump.
But here's the thing: if you drink 3 liters of water, you're getting 3 milligrams a day. If you brush your teeth twice a day, you only get 0.4 milligrams per day. So you ingest more fluoride because you drink more water. But if you ate a whole tube of fucking toothpaste, yeah, you're overdosing.
But over time, it builds up.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so, like, that's a little misleading. The whole, yeah, the concentration of fluoride in toothpaste is way more than in water.
Okay, but how much water do we actually consume in a day? Have you guys ever like noticed that?
There is like a immediate. Was it like 2 gallons you're supposed to drink a day?
Yeah, but I mean, like, because like the fluoride gets absorbed through your skin. You know what I mean? If you take a shower, do you take a shower every day?
Does it get absorbed through skin?
Yeah. Look that up. I'm pretty sure it does.
Is it going to be on like a WordPress site?
Let's see. Man, fluoride is spelled weird, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of sound it out.
Spell it then. Sound it out and spell it.
FLOURI fluoride. Yeah, DE.
Is that how you spell it, Chris?
I feel like there's a C in there somewhere.
No, it's FLUORID.
Oh,
It's close enough. Switch.
Well, I'm saying when you look at it, it's spelled like fluoride.
Fluoride. That's chemicals for you.
I was trying to look up what's a healthy level of
That's what's
like
a healthy
your body can like process.
Search for a healthy level of lead.
That's
Why?
0.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Chicago still has a problem with lead. Lead in the tap water.
But is that from the pipes?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The city's old. We have our own catacombs. It's a very old, booming, a city that boomed very fast. And so the infrastructure kind of like,
But
Yeah, I
still,
need
built
to-
up too much.
I need to get like a filtration system. Like,
you think so?
I have one of those.
yeah, in my next house, I'm definitely going to install like a nice.
I'm pretty
filtration
sure in
system.
Europe it's banned.
I feel
Fluoride is
like
banned.
Yeah,
Germany's
they don't do
probably
that.
better with their water than they are here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
I mean, have you ever looked at like the same products that are sold here versus over there,
They're-
and like it's like minimal ingredients in like Germany, and like here it's like all just.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to get
bullshit.
a lot of stuff from Italy, and it was just an easy read, even in Italian.
Yeah.
Why is that though? Why do we have?
A lo- a
They
lot-
have
right?
they have something called
Yeah.
regulation
Yeah.
that they actually like, and we just do not like so much over
No,
here
because we
it
make-
gets in the way of laissez-faire, and we like laissez-faire here.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a price thing too. Like,
Yeah, cheap.
you know, I mean, how many people live in Europe?
Right.
I mean, as
You got
much as people,
330 million.
as much as like
But
the people who live in the United States.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that's all of Europe.
Yeah.
So like if you're just producing something in Germany, you got like what, 50, 60 million people. Where here you're trying to mass produce for 330 million fat ass Americans.
Yeah, but here
Like-
you're also just, you're trying to enrich the shareholder, so you're going to cut corners.
Well, yeah, gotta make that fucking bag, baby.
You got it. And one thing that a lot of people like to quote is Reagan. The scariest thing you can hear is, "I'm from the government, and I'm here to help."
That's pretty scary.
It is pretty scary, but it's something Americans take to heart. We
What?
Europe is much more communal than we are. We're very individual. The nuclear family is what matters. Individual is what matters, not community. Rugged individuals.
Yeah, well, actually, you know what though? I think it depends where in Europe, man. It's a cultural thing.
It is.
Like the UK is very much like we are, right?
Yeah.
Very liberal, laissez-faire, like oriented. Poland's kind of like that, nuclear family, very Catholic, very much like pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of thing. And then you got like Scandinavia that has like crazy high taxes, and they're kind of lazy, but like
I would
kind of innovative.
look
Like
Look. If I could move
It's cold.
anywhere,
cold up there.
I would move to Sweden. I would be Swedish. I'd be like,
Swedish?
yeah, it's going to be great.
Herkendurkender.
No, I like Sweden. I love
I got
Scandinavia,
Crocs
dude.
on.
Huh?
I got Crocs on. I said I got Crocs on.
You know, we are like 163rd like Scandinavian
How do you know?
DNA test.
You did a DNA test?
Like a while ago. Yeah. I tried to find out if I was part Native American. Spoiler alert. Not even a little
I'm
bit.
not, but not. So I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you did it because
I'm not doing that.
I was gonna.
I
do
did
it,
this
but
before everything got out.
Mom was like, "Don't ever do those DNA tests."
Yeah, she said that because
if
she
you
did it.
No, because she said if you commit a crime, they got everything on you.
Well, they got everything on mom.
I don't want anybody owning my DNA
Yeah.
anywhere.
The only thing I know is that I am West African, obviously.
And you never know. In the next
Irish,
10
a little bit of German, and just a little bit of Scandinavian.
In the next 10 years, AI might infiltrate the DNA thing and be like, "Get this."
Hey, let's try
guy."
that word again. Let's try that word again.
Infiltrate.
There it is. All right, you got it.
I don't know. What is Skynet going to do? Be like, oh, he's been flagged for being part Irish or something. He must be in prison. Send him to jail for drunkardness.
But I knew what word you were talking about.
Yeah, you did. You put the L in the wrong place the first time.
All right. Tell me, as if you do the DNA thing and AI gets a hold of it, what's the worst that can happen?
I'm gonna be locked and loaded, bro. They're coming for me, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger's gonna just bust through your door.
He's gonna be back with reinforcement.
I'll be back.
It's gonna be that slow motion. You're gonna be like, oh, here's a guy with all my roses. Oh no, there's a shotgun in there.
All my roses.
Dude, that was the best scene in T2. Come on.
Oh, it was great.
It
I mean,
was.
it's a great movie.
Iconic
I mean,
movie.
Yeah, it really was.
It's
It was.
rare you could say a sequel is better than the first one.
Right. Like everybody saw the first one and was like, eh. But
I don't know. The
second
first
one-
one's kind of underrated, man.
The first
Did you
one
really
was
watch
cool.
it?
I like
It's
the
pretty
first one.
good. It's actually pretty good.
It's good. The CGI obviously did not age well. T2 aged phenomenally, I think.
timeless. It's a classic.
It's
Timeless.
classic. The villain was classic. He was terrifying, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as like the protagonist Terminator was great.
Could you ever imagine like driving and seeing that guy running at you like that? That's
The
scary,
cop,
bro.
dude, he was horrifying. Are you kidding me? I had nightmares about
No
that guy.
No emotion. That guy was awesome.
He was,
And then he was in
phenomenal.
X Files. I saw him in X Files after. I was like, what?
He wasn't X Files. He was in
Yeah.
he was in one episode of Stargate and got murked.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. Oh, he was
Stargate
also in
was
Wayne's
based on-
World. Shout out to Wayne's World too.
Yep. No, he's actually a good actor, but God, yeah, man. Watching him run and like,
He was so focused.
dude, he was so focused. It looked like he wasn't even trying. I don't know how he kept it together.
I don't know.
Like,
Either.
he looked like he was legit sprinting and not even breathing.
even when
I
he
know.
even when he came together, he was just like, I felt
Dude.
that. I felt that. You know, felt that.
That
He
was
was horror. He was a great villain.
What
He
a
was
movie.
horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third one sucked. I didn't like the third one
The third one was
with what's her face.
It was dumb.
With the female Terminator.
it was dumb. It was dumb. Like
uh,
like
He couldn't
Arnold
do it.
Schwarzenegger holding a coffin on his arm, like shooting because the fucking I forget
Yeah.
her name had like she wasn't buried. It was just a cache of weapons and shit.
Sarah Connor, right?
Sarah Connor, yeah, Sarah Connor.
Yeah, it was just, it was
They-
not good.
Then they had like the war movie with Christian Bale, and I was
Yeah.
excited because I'm like, finally we have a movie about the war and shit. And that one wasn't very good either.
Yeah.
I never saw that. You know, I remember vividly seeing a billboard for that when I was in Russia, like
Really.
15 years ago,
Mhm.
and being like, "Oh, that'd be cool to see." And I never saw it because I was like, "Yeah, it looks kind of dumb."
Yeah.
Was it Terminator Genesis? Was that what it was?
No,
Something
it wasn't Genesis.
What was Genesis? Was it Genesis the one with Amelia Clark?
I think was it Amelia Clark? Was it the name?
When you think of Terminator, you only think of one movie.
You think of
T2.
T2. It was the best one.
Judgment.
Him
Judgment
dying
Day.
and the thumbs up before he goes into the lava. Iconic. Iconic,
Oh.
absolutely.
He's like, "There's one left right here."
Right there.
Trying to
Judge-
destroy Skynet. It was
Yeah. In the beginning when he
Skynet. I'm telling you, man.
He's like riding the mini bike in the beginning, and they got the boombox and shit. They're hacking ATM machines as like 12-year-olds. So I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Your
here, dude?
claws, give them to me.
Give them to me.
I still like how they the original when they were writing the Terminator, they had OJ do a tryout for it, and they were just like, he's too nice to play Terminator.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty
that.
ironic. Yeah.
He was too nice, so they casted Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Have you
Dude,
guys been?
Juice was great back in the day.
He was the juice. It was
Have
the
you
juice.
guys been hearing? What's been going on with P Diddy?
Oh my god.
Oh my
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I thought he fled the country. Apparently, he's been seen in LA. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with P Diddy.
Everything's crazy, dude.
It's
The whole thing doesn't make sense.
The flavor of the week has definitely died down for him.
But they said that Jay-Z's next.
Who is they?
Who?
I heard
This is the Illuminati.
You're right. I heard
On Twitter.
the same guy that says that Diddy was gonna get raided is saying Jay-Z's next. And that's because everybody figured out that he's working for the feds.
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I could.
Then why would he get raided if he's working for the Fed?
Yeah, if he's protected.
No. The guy that said Diddy's houses were gonna get raided like a couple months before.
He's working for the feds.
He's working for the feds, and he said they're working a case against Jay-Z for the same thing.
Look, I don't think if Jay-Z was doing that kind of shit, I don't think he would be with Queen B.
They say Jay-Z's gay.
They saying that Diddy is too.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I mean, like,
who was saying this? Lives with TikTok?
No, it's the people that are, that
there was this one thing that said like Justin Bieber was like kind of sold to them, like when he was like 15.
Was it
like there's some wild shit because that's the whole thing is like everybody saying he was like had a sex ring, he was like sex trafficking people.
Yeah,
right.
Pedophiles.
Well, they said they used Justin Bieber to get the
adrenochrome
or whatever.
Okay, as soon as you bring up the A word, I'm not taking this seriously.
No, I just made that up. I threw in adrenochrome. That's me. I'm starting that rumor right now.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. It's like Freaknik when they had the Black Illuminati.
Dude, I love it.
Dude, I really hope that's not the case. Because, Jay-Z, he wrote Empire State of Mind. And that's just such a great song. I felt that song.
Well, how about this?
Who's in Paris? Who's in Paris?
But here's the thing, right? This is starting to get crazy, right? Because you have these Hollywood people that are starting to get exposed, right? Did you watch that show Quiet on Set?
I asked you if you watched that.
Dude.
I know. You saw it? You saw it?
Dude, of course I saw it. I remember.
Did you watch it after I told you about it?
Yeah.
Dude, right in the childhood, right?
Dude, I was like...
That's crazy.
Bro. I remember, because you told me, hey, watch this. And I remember I came home from work and I was like, I don't want to go to bed. Let me see, I wonder what's good. And then you told me. Crazy. Oh, they're getting exposed. Like Hollywood is starting to get exposed.
Dude, I don't know about all of Hollywood, but like, man, Nickelodeon, damn, dude. We're sitting there watching like all that and the Amanda Show, and we didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. We had no idea.
They're making another episode because that guy, Dan Schneider, came out with it. Oh my God. Did you see his apology?
Why does everyone named Dan Schneider suck?
Dude, I saw his apology.
Schneider.
Snyder also sucks.
The guy that gave him that interview obviously was an actor, right? He was an actor. He was a paid actor. His apology was just so see-through, transparent that like when you see it, you're like, oh, this is fake. This is
wasn't the whole thing with him though was like he was just kind of shitty to work for.
He was increasingly shitty to work for. Yeah, he wasn't like Peck. He wasn't doing that kind of shit. But he was like incredibly sexist. Obviously, the favoritism. He was just a pretty awful boss to work with. Shouldn't be around.
Kind of exploitative, right? Like work long hours.
But he would make people give him massages,
That was really
like
weird.
on set, and I mean, like he would have like sexual jokes in the on the skits or whatever.
That's not too surprising because it's still the 90s, so obviously it was a very male, compliment their breasts, era still.
I guess.
I'm just saying it wasn't
No.
as surprising that those revelations came out because I'm
I mean,
not
like,
shocked that happened.
Well, you're saying the 90s, but look at Ariana Grande. She's the biggest star. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean, did you read her co-star's book?
Jenna McCarthy?
Yeah, Jenna McCarthy's book. Yeah, I'm glad my mom died. I read part of that book.
Bro, some of it is just wild.
I mean, there was very clear favoritism going on. You know
what's really interesting too is I saw what's her face, Melissa Joan Hart, Clarissa Explains It All came out. And she was like, this is the opposite of my experience at Nickelodeon.
Keenan said the same thing.
Yeah, he was like, hey, I feel bad because like I never noticed that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how it almost seemed to happen to like, I don't want to say like a select few, like, or select group, or maybe like whoever just had these guys who were just way more directly influencing some of these shows. But I think early Nickelodeon probably wasn't bad because it seems to be like that late 90s, early 2000s era.
And if you look at it, a lot of the bad shit happened to more of like the minor actors on the show. Like Melissa Joan Hart had her own show, Amanda Bynes had her own show. Keenan got his own show, Keenan and Kel. So I feel like, and obviously Ariana Grande was the star of her show. But
no, she wasn't.
What show was she on? I don't even.
She was on Victorious with Victory Justice or whatever. Victoria Justice.
I have no idea.
This was like later. This was when we were like
that's after me, dude.
Yeah, that's after me.
It's after.
But like a lot of the people that were just like, this wasn't my experience, were usually the stars of their show, or at least the favorites on their show.
Yeah, but then you look at people like Amanda Bynes, though. That girl is nuts, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw like Miley Cyrus. There was like that age, like in the early 2010s, where like a lot of these child stars that we grew up with went through like the whole manic era.
I think she was just being a girl. Like that's just what girls do.
Who, Miley?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think the Miley situation was just like
there was a lot of people who ended up normal.
Trying to find her way.
She's also a really rich girl, and she grew up pretty rich. So
so I mean that's what I'm saying. Like,
like at the same time, it was like her, Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus. They all went through like the whole like crazy era. I'm not saying it's typical because like look at like Jamie Lynn Spears. She didn't really go through that.
Yeah, she did. She got pregnant by somebody.
She
got knocked up, but like you didn't see her on the headlines going crazy,
because she couldn't afford to. She had a kid.
Yeah.
Wow, she was responsible. The others weren't.
And she wasn't that famous.
They said Amanda Bynes got knocked up by her producer and then had an abortion.
That's just a rumor.
Yeah.
There was
Amanda Bynes said that.
Something happened to her because she's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
She's still a little strange. I'll say that. Miley obviously leveled out, but like, Amanda Bynes is still a little strange.
But you know what though?
That's an understatement, bro.
At the same time though, these are creative people. And there's madness to their method in all things.
Well, of course. I mean, a lot of that's why they say a lot of like creative geniuses kind of they always are always self-destructive. Usually people point to like, like the likes of Kurt Cobain and stuff like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Kurt Cobain actually wrote music. The people we were talking about don't.
They
don't. No, but they're creative but they were like genius creatives in their own right. Amanda Bynes, obviously, if you watch the show, she did a lot for her show, and it was very successful. And obviously, she came up with a lot of the ideas in that one.
Did she?
Yeah.
No. Dan Schneider did everything.
She was found because she was already doing stand-up comedy as a kid.
That's true too, actually.
That's the
I
whole
mean,
reason she was even found.
Yeah, but when she gets,
But she
when
wasn't
she
writing
gets,
those skits.
yeah, when
She
she
was
gets
too
on the
young.
show,
How do
she's
you
not writing
know?
because she's
Because
13.
it's
Those prodigies
Nickelodeon.
exist. I mean,
It's Nickelodeon.
and
It's very it's formulaic, man.
corporate. It's
They know
corporate,
exactly
yeah.
what they're doing, dude.
Exactly, it's corporate.
but they're formulaic, but it doesn't mean you can't have like someone in there who's pretty good at what they're doing.
I don't think they were given those opportunities.
I mean, I think there's a reason that she was discovered and they pretty much made her the star of all that as soon as she walked in. And then they ended up giving her own show. I mean, they could have done that for literally anybody if it was very formulaic.
Dude, she was young and cute and,
Yeah.
kind of quirky. And that's why.
That's why, yeah. And I mean, like,
they know what they're doing, man.
yeah.
They have a archetype that they're looking for.
Yeah, but when you know you have something, you got to push in the spotlight.
And that's what they did. And they pushed them pretty fucking hard.
But you can also push people that aren't creative or aren't good into the spotlight. They have that power. That's the thing too. They have that power dynamic where they're like, "Hey, we can make you famous. You're not good at anything, but we can make you famous."
I mean, I'm still going to say like a lot of these like very creative, smart people, they usually spiral at some point. This is something that happens time and time again.
You know what I think it is? Because there's a big difference between creativity and the business. And it's the business people that put a lot of pressure on creativity, where creativity is more like flowy. You know what I mean? Where business side is structure, you got to do this because everybody puts pressure on you because you're the cash cow. You're gonna
Well,
make us a lot of money.
Well, yeah, business the business smarts usually more logical, more structured, more ordered. Creative
and
is mostly creative can be very chaotic and emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why you see a lot of like, people in the creative space like music, acting, art, all that spiral. I mean, look at a lot of like famous painters. And, they usually spiral like Van Gogh or Picasso.
Picasso didn't spiral.
Picasso spiraled, yeah.
He was a starving artist. He wouldn't sell out.
That you're
And then
thinking
he-
of Van Gogh.
I'm talking about Picasso.
Van Gogh wasn't, I mean, not Van Gogh. Picasso wasn't that much of a starving artist. He had money. Van Gogh never had money.
He got money. I mean, he did get money, but I mean, like in the beginning, he was a starving artist. Nobody would buy his things. And then he wouldn't sell out in the beginning. And then he ended up selling out.
Okay, that's more Picasso. Van Gogh never sold out. He just spiraled completely. Even like Hemingway as a writer spiraled. You look at artists, I mean, look at the Forever 27 Club. And then we just got a new inductee 2 days ago.
Now, the thing is, too, is like with business people, they have their own ideologies and stuff they want to promote. You know what I mean? Because they get money somewhere else and they try to influence the creativity, the creative person into supporting those ideas, where sometimes it's not.
Well, like I said, that's part of like, again, the business side is like when I said ordered. They want that
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, I know. I agree. That's what I said. And it puts a lot of pressure, I guess, on the creative people.
I just don't think all these people are creative.
Some of them aren't.
Just
But
because you have a talent doesn't mean you're creative. Just because you can sing doesn't make you a creative artist.
what makes you then? What's your like your?
It's people who write music, not just people who perform music, right? There's entertainers and then there's artists. I think those are two different things.
And I mean, a lot of entertainers that you think that are good, they have writers. They have writers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
sure.
So
Yeah, they get writers eventually because you can only have so much talent, but you get there in the first place somehow,
it doesn't mean you're writing stuff. You could be covering songs. You're just playing and performing, right? You're
Okay,
not
that's just
writing
called
or
a
creating
plant.
music.
No,
They're called just entertainers.
no,
They're called
it's
entertainers.
And that's a thing too, is that you have these big corporations that can be like, hey, that's part of the big Me Too movement, right? Was like, hey, I can make you famous. You know what I mean? Like you don't have any talent.
Well, that's not necessarily that. That's hey, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
talent, but you can only get so far. unless you do this for me. It's a quid pro quo thing.
Bro, like, but I'm just saying,
Or I
like,
can shut you down, you know?
like actors, right? You're like, hey, I got this big name producer, big name director. I can make you this, I can give you the lead role, right? Even though all these other people are better actors, they went to school for it, all that stuff. I can give you the lead role and make you famous right now if you
Yeah.
do this for me.
That's not completely it though. Again, it's always a quid pro quo. Yeah, you could be. I would say I would say like you're partly right, but there's also just I know you're talented, but you can't have this unless you do this. I can't give you the shot you need, the break you need unless you do that.
I would say real artists are like YouTubers or like starting up YouTubers. You know what I mean?
If you're creative,
they
you're
do
going to
it-
find your outlet.
Right. They're doing it all on their own. They don't have a budget. You know what I mean? They're giving everything they got and they're being creative. And then you get these companies and corporations that find them and steal their ideas and stuff like that.
But that's still relatively a new phenomenon. The whole influencer age.
Well, I mean, like, but think about it though, because most people are probably talented and creative, but then like the industry is just like full of gatekeepers.
Yeah, it is. That's why people don't like Hollywood a lot.
Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, like, we see that now, like with, oh, you got to be on your good side with Dan Schneider, or you got to do this for P. Diddy. You know what I mean? Like all these, and it's starting to get exposed, and it's
Why don't you go down and give me a cookie?
starting to get wild. Starting to get a little wild.
Oh, I think it's your turn to give me a massage.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just people go crazy, artists go crazy, but some of these people, I don't think it's the fact that they're creative people. It's just like there's so much pressure on them where they just can't handle it. And it happens so young.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're exploited. They're exploited by their families, exploited by producers.
Yeah.
It's like Britney Spears, like she's a singer. I'm not saying she probably maybe wrote a handful of songs. None of her big hits were written by her.
Nah, she was.
To me, she's not an artist.
Yeah. She was just a blonde girl that looked cute. Yeah, exactly.
And she could kind of sing, and she had a really kind of unique style of singing. And she was on Mickey Mouse Club when she was a kid. Like she was like cultivated to be that person. And you know who does it the best is in Korea.
Oh, the K-pop thing.
K-pop stars, they're all manufactured. It's all manufactured.
I mean, like all the boy bands here were manufactured. Like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, all of them.
Well, we've been doing that. Well, that's the whole boy band thing has been for ages. Remember the Monkees?
But I think K-pop in Korea is like their number one like import or export or something.
Yeah, it is. No,
well, it's like that in Samsung.
Actually, they're one of their biggest industries is shipbuilding.
Oh wow,
Korea.
Yeah. But I know they make
Hyundai.
a lot of money.
They make a lot, and it's very much them. They find these kids young.
Yep.
They sign them to like 10
years.
15-year deals.
And dude, they're working 16-hour days.
Yeah, they're molding these guys. They're going through like lessons and it's not even it's one, who their parents are. Can they get them signed up? Do they have a little bit of talent? And do they have the right look? It's very superficial.
I mean, the same thing goes on in Japan with their idol industry, J-pop.
That was that was the thing with P. Diddy too, because when Usher, P. Diddy was legal guardian over Usher when he was 14, 15 years old. Yes, he was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I guess P. Diddy tried to make a push to make Justin Bieber his legal guardian as well, but I guess the parents were like, nah, or his manager said nah. But
his dad.
No, his manager Scooter Braun.
Scooter Braun was Justin Bieber's manager too? Because I mostly heard of him because of the whole Kesha thing.
No, Scooter Braun discovered Justin Bieber and brought.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like a YouTube kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was kind of Usher though, I think, that really like kind of helped find him too.
Because I kind of remember his story. I think Scooter Braun took him to us. He first took him to Justin Timberlake, but Justin Timberlake didn't do something or whatever, and then they took him to Usher, and Usher was like, "Yeah." And then P Diddy got a hold of him, and it was crazy.
Justin Timberlake, that's a
He's talented. No,
That's an artist.
That's a real artist. Yeah, Justin Timberlake is a real artist.
Dude, he's an artist. That's an art. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's where you can, you know, he started out as like, or well, one, he can sing,
Yeah.
you know, but then he like branched out. He's like, hey, I'm actually, you know, who else is, man, what's his name, dude? One of the, what's that band? The most recent boy band that Harry Styles is in.
One Direction.
One Direction. What's Charlie Puth? Whatever. I don't know. I don't have
one of them.
I can't. I don't know.
But I know him. I know.
But he's like an actual. He's like an actual artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like a musician.
The one I know the most from is Harry Styles.
Yeah, but Charlie Puth or whatever he went viral.
He was in one of those. He was in a boy band, but then he's like actually like a musician.
Yeah.
Like an artist. Like you know.
All right, I'm trying to look because he's not part of One Direction. He never was.
Kanye West.
I can't remember. I can't remember what he was part of. He was in something.
Kanye West is a real artist.
Yeah, on a different level.
He was a YouTuber. He's only 1 year younger than me.
Yeah, but I mean, like, dude, he makes music. Like, he makes real music. Like, Ed Sheeran's a real artist. Like, there's real artists out there. You know what I mean?
I understand there's real artists out there, but I'm not discounting people just for the sole reason they were discovered, you know.
But then there's a lot of people out there too that are fake, that are like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just make you famous. Just do, you know what I mean? Like, I'll do anything just to be famous.
Yeah, I mean, there's more than that than talented people. There's way more than them than talented people.
And the thing is, they have corporations behind them.
Yeah, it's a machine, dude.
It is.
It is a machine because you need to keep being relevant, and people can be irrelevant within a week.
But yeah, but like you said though, I mean, Kanye is a real artist.
He's a real artist.
Talk about spiraling. That motherfucker spirals.
He spiraled pretty freaking hard.
Continuously.
I think he does it. He usually spirals. I think it's planned though, because he spirals
and then drops an album.
And then drops an album.
Yeah.
I mean,
also, I think he likes just saying crazy shit just to be controversial.
It keeps him in the headlines.
I don't see. Here's my thing with Kanye, right? I think Kanye, he pushes boundaries and pushes limits, and I think you get to a certain echelon where we're not aware of that he could get to, and then realizes, hey, you know, there's certain gatekeepers that is not letting me through.
I mean, that was a wild echelon last year.
But I mean, like, he did it with fashion, right? Because like with the clothes or whatever, he had
the Adidas deal.
Yeah, right? He had the Adidas deal, but I'm saying there was people in the fashion industry that did not want him to make anything. You know? Like, he made shoes for Nike before Adidas, and they sold out so quickly, and then they said, nah, we're not going to let you in on the design or anything. We just want your name for the thing. And he got pretty mad. And then he was like, dude, and then he said he went to Walmart, bought like packs of like white tees.
Yeah.
And then sold them for $100 just because it said his name. And then he was like, that's how much, you know, my name is worth to these people. How can you not let me in? How can, you know what I mean? So, I mean, he might seem crazy to us, but there's a type of understanding that we will probably never understand because we're not.
I'm not saying Kanye's not smart. I'm just saying, like, as with any manic person, there's real big highs like that, and there's real big lows.
That's true.
You don't know what you can get, but when those highs are high, man, they're high. But when they're low, they are low.
I mean, the man's made some of the greatest songs in the past 50 years. So
yeah.
No, I know. Yeah. People talk about Dropout, Graduate.
Oh, College Dropout was great, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't.
I was against it because I was a big Daft Punk fan. I was just like, I don't like when people sample my songs.
I love Daft Punk too. Those guys are artists.
Daft Punk's amazing, dude. That was my first. I can honestly say Daft Punk was my first favorite band of all time.
What would you guys do? Would you guys sell out?
Me?
What do you mean by sell out though?
Like, say, like if a corporation was like, "Hey, we like your stuff, but we want you to sign with us. All you got to do is talk about these political ideas, be more like this, wear your hair like that, and wear different clothes."
I mean,
how big is the paycheck?
And what we say, 50 million.
50 million,
yeah.
huh? Man, that's tough. That's tough because I'm trying to build generational wealth here.
Right.
50 million is a lot of money.
That's a lot of
50 million is a lot of money. But hold on. The only reason why I said 50 million is because that's what they offer some of these people. Like they say, like that guy, Little Nas X, he isn't really gay, but there was a corporation that gave him $50 million to act the way that he acts.
I mean, he seems pretty gay.
I know that, but he has girls that, right? But he has girls that come out that say, "Hey, me and him hooked up or so and so." He's not really like this.
Well, as far as I know, Little Nas X was hiding it for a while.
Yeah, he wasn't like openly gay at first.
Yeah. Can you imagine being a gay rapper?
But I do think, but then he did lean pretty hard into it very quickly.
Yeah.
I know, but like, I'm not gonna lie, his music was pretty fire.
Yeah, because he's not writing it.
I don't know.
What?
Call Me by Your Name. I'm pretty certain he wrote.
No, dude, no. He only wrote one song, the Old Town Road song. That was it.
He did write Old Town Road. Yeah.
He signed a contract that has full of writers that wrote the other songs that know will be a pop hit. They know it's going to be a pop hit, and then he just sings them.
I don't know. I like to believe it. I mean, I followed him during his writing process. I really like Lil Nas X. I liked him in Juice WRLD before he passed away.
Juice WRLD was an artist.
Call Me by Your Name. Songwriter Lil Nas X is not a single one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 writers on that song, and he's not one of them.
He's not one of them.
Just because your name's not on it doesn't mean you write it. You're the fucking artist.
He's an entertainer. We just had this conversation. There's artists and there's entertainers. And when you get signed to a corporation, you have a team of writers. A team. 6, 7 writers that know the formula. That's the same with Taylor Swift. That's why I don't like Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift. That's my future wife. Don't make fun of her.
She has a team of writers.
Well, I think she wrote a lot of her really early country stuff, though.
Yeah.
Our song. Oh my god.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? If you're one person and you're writing music, you're gonna have flop, right?
Well, of course, you can't write hit after hit after hit.
I know that, but this is a corporation. If you have a team of writers, you can write hit after hit after hit after hit. Especially if you control like the radio stations, the radio.
That's a whole different thing.
There's that's
crazy. It's crazy.
But that's true though. Like there's corporations that have record labels that control it, that control what radios play. And even you could be bad, but if you keep playing that song over and over again, you're gonna turn to like.
Yeah, when I hear about like the charts and stuff, I'm like, bro, this is all rigged, dude. Like,
yeah.
There's maybe a small percentage of songs that really take like
my favorite
popular and go up, but most of them it's all manufactured, dude.
And
I only listen to the iTunes chart.
And hold on though, if you make that one song and it becomes viral and popular, and you get approached, like, hey, we like what you got, $50 million contract. You don't have to write again. All you got to do is perform and do what we say.
But Okay, but here's the thing, right? So let's say your raw talent and ability as an artist brought that contract.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw it for a couple years until you're like, I got money now. I can open my own label.
No, yeah. No,
Many have done that. Yeah.
There's some artists that have done that. Like
Look
Drake,
at P.
Drake
Diddy.
did that. Drake did no. P. Diddy, no.
Yeah, he has
No.
his own label. I mean,
has
Wayne
his-
has his own label. He has Youngblood, and there's
Not Young.
Youngblood, something like that.
That was Cash Money Records.
You sure? Okay, I know Dre also has his, of course. Okay,
Yeah.
go on with what you were saying.
Aftermath. But here's the thing. This is what there are some artists that go out and do that, right? They're under contract for like 3-4 years. They don't own any of their music, right? And then they save up the little pennies that they get from shows, and then they start their own label company. And then they repeat the process and do whatever. But most artists, no. Like, I mean, that was the big thing with like Prince and Michael Jackson. Like a lot of people say like Sony killed Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson outsmarted Sony.
Didn't Paul McCartney buy his discography?
Shaquille O'Neal did.
Shaq. Sure it wasn't
Yeah.
Paul? Pretty sure it was Paul.
It probably was. It's either the two.
I think maybe Shaq owns it now.
So I think Michael Jackson bought a lot of the Beatles stuff,
Yeah.
and Paul McCartney bought it back.
And bought it
Oh,
back.
okay.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing was Michael Jackson made all these songs. He was a real artist, but couldn't make any money. He didn't have any royalties, or he didn't own the masters to his songs. The corporation did.
Yeah.
And then what he did was he saved a lot of money and then bought it all back from Sony, and then bought 51% shares into Sony, where he was like it was kind of like in a coup. I forget, like a corporate coup or something. And then I guess like people were like, he was talking about it, but I guess Sony was like, they're gonna take him out or something like that, and ended up killing him. I mean, that's a conspiracy. Yeah,
Interesting.
but I mean, like, but here's the thing though: when it comes to business, dude, they're ruthless. Everybody knows. Everybody has that saying. It's not personal. It's just business.
It
know
is
what I
a
mean?
powerful saying.
That's a powerful saying, and you got to think about what businesses will do, or especially corporations will do to not mess up their money, or if somebody is being a cancer or disrupting their flow.
Mm.
I think corporations will have people killed. I swear to God, man.
I mean, there's always that Boeing thing.
Yo, did we talk about that last week?
we did.
We touched on it, yeah.
Oh my god, that shit is crazy, dude.
They will kill you. They will. If you mess up their money, you know what I mean? Like, they will. I don't think they have no problem of being like, get rid of that guy. Make him disappear.
100%. All right. That's all the time we have left. Thank you for tuning in. This is Jay signing off.
This is S.
And of course,
C Money.
C Money, baby. Thanks for watching, people.